Yo, what is up, guys? I am SC1, gonna be in Noble Nines 2 today for our third war in MLCW. We gutted out the victory on this one and got us into the playoffs. Like to go over some replays, but first, let's get into my intro. So let's get into this first attack by Majestic Penguin. What Penguin decides to do is go down starting at 12 with the Queen Charge. Queen Charge, the idea is to try to take out this AD and then have the Queen walk all the way into this area right here. If you could see, very well planned out is because, zoom in if you guys can tell, in this section right here, there's a wall missing, so it's completely open for the Queen to walk through, snipe the Eagle, snipe the AD, and just stay in this alley right here to just keep sniping down defenses. So it was a very well planned out and very patient on the fly type of attack. So let's get into it. And as you can see, Penguin's going to start at 12. 12, hoping to get the AD down. He's going to use the P.E.K.K.A. over here at about 11 o'clock to help with the funnel. And this is where things kind of get a little loose on Penguin, is Queen decides to step up and take out some defenses. You can see some traps will pop up and BK is going to step up. And she's stepping away from that air defense. So Penguin's starting to notice, oh, you know, as soon as she starts stepping up, that air defense is going to start sniping down, swiping down her healer, is going to take out the whole Queen walk. So what Penguin decides to do is learning on the fly, and let me drop, you know, 3-4 hogs just to get down that air defense. So he drops about 4 hogs, air defense goes down, Queen stays up. So as you can see, BK was dropped and was continuing to funnel it down. So this whole section is now, let me pause it right here. So if you guys have been watching any videos on hogs or on miners, I like to talk about channels. And so by him being able to clear out this whole area, we have a straight kind of path right here to go through and just let hogs go ham right down the channel. It creates a great funnel to go. So Hound gets lured, CC gets done, or CC gets pulled. It's a Hound Loon CC. Eagle's already taken down. So once the pups pop and the pups are taken down, that's when you want to send your hogs. You send them early, and if you get hogs about right here, at about this area right here, and the pups pop, pups are gonna start taking out your hogs. So you gotta make sure that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when popping that lava hound. As you can see, Queen still going ahead and stays. The whole goal of the attack is to keep the Queen walk all the way through. The hogs get dropped down. Slammer's loot used for the back end here to take out this defense to make sure the hogs stay in. You know, Slammer against a multi, it's pretty strong against a multi and a wizard. It's gonna stay up for a decent amount of time. Gonna double time this on through, and as you can see, everything's kind of pathing forward. And this is where it gets kind of a little scary here. He holds on a few hogs for the back end, and they're taking out defenses, but at the same note, this multi-inferno is kind of just taking it down. The healers jump on the hogs to help keep the hogs up, which helps, but only one healer stays on the hogs, and then they start going to the warden. But the warden range is just crazy amazing. As the warden steps up, takes out this inferno tower. We got 3 more hogs here. Those hogs are going to take out the Wiz Tower, and I believe they go down to the cannon. Do they stay up the whole? Yeah, though, they want to stay up for the whole right here. So there you go. Very patient, well planned, and able to adjust on the fly. So let's get into the second attack here, done by my boy Robin Hood. Fun fact about Robin Hood is that he's actually has a wife that's in the clan, and her name is Maid Marian. So little fun fact there. What he elects to do is going with the E-Drags, with the Loons, with the bats, should I say, and type of drag bat type of attack. It's all in the funneling. So he's going to use the king down here to create this funnel to make sure that the drags stay on this side of the defenses, or that side of the bases. He notices right here there's an air defense that he could easily be taken out. He's going to be going up against one cannon, so with the queen ability, kind of sends it as a suicide queen just to get out that AD. So let's get into the attack here, and he starts off over here at he drops the BK to help with the funnel. He drops with the queen over here at 9, and it's just a matter of setting the right funnel. As you can see, the replay, I mean, it's basically a little over 2 minutes under replay, so absolutely just smashes the base. The beauty of drag bat, E-drag attacks is you don't have to worry about CC pulls. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be able to pull, kill whatever's out there under a rage. So Queen pops her ability over at 9, takes out that AD. Once that AD goes down and the funnel is set, E-drags go down, and then you send a slammer, some loons for cleanup. He throws in an ice golem to help tank for some defenses down the line, and he just throws his Grand Warden ability behind. So as you can see, they're going through, they're pathing. The slammer is only up against the Inferno Tower, so it's gonna be up for a decent amount of time. I probably would have sent the ice golem a little bit higher, but the golem gets caught up on his cannon, and then he goes with his bats, and so he's hoping that the Wiz Tower is going to be locked onto one of these. If not, he does have 3 freezes to help assist the attack here. So he freezes. He notices that the Wiz Tower doesn't lock on to any of the defense or any of the E-drags. So he throws down a freeze. He has one more freeze right there for the multi, and then he just has all his drags. So the bats are tanking for the E-drag, couple shots from the drags there, and the air defenses are down. The only thing left is a Grand Warden, and that's going to be no match against the rest of the squad that's left over. So very, very great attack. E-drag bat is not something that's very common in the game, that you don't see very often, but Robin Hood, he's king of air right now. So another great successful attack by him at Town Hall 11. Let's forward this on and let's get into this last attack. So here's the third attack by Big Noob. You know, the meta right now that I'm seeing are these either mass miners with hogs in the siege barrack. I initially didn't like the siege barrack that much, to be honest with you, when it first came out, because you know, I was like, well, how are you gonna get through walls if you're not using like a miner or a hog type of attack? And then I started actually understanding what the barrack brings, and it brings in basically, I mean, geez, I think about 60 troops with the P.E.K.K.A. and all the Wiz that pop out. I think it's about 60, I don't know off the top of my head, but 60 extra troops come out, and then hogs, or whatever you put in the CC, which at Town Hall 7 you have 7 troop spaces, so at 35 different troops can come out. So the meta right now are these mass miner attacks, in my opinion. And I personally have been running a lot of these attacks at Town Hall 10, at Town Hall 11, Town Hall 12. So his plan is to get down into here. The main goal on these attacks is you want to get down the Eagle, you want to lure out the CC, and if you can get the Queen down, great. But that's probably what you want to do. So this is where he drops his jump spell. He's going to use the Queen to charge right into this section right here. Once he knows he gets down that once he knows he could get down the Eagle, he can get down the Queen, he can get down the CC, he's going to create his path, and his path is going to go right down here. He's going to send his barrack about right here to start this funnel, and then once the Eagle's taken down, there's this channel right there of his hogs and his hogs and miners to go into. So as you can see, King set up to help with that funnel with the Queen. Unfortunately, Queen walked out a little bit, but she starts doubling back, and that's when he notices or knows when to drop his jump spell. He didn't go prematurely on the drop because who knows, she would have. The Queen AI just come sometimes like, what are you doing? So he made sure that she was gonna double back to get that Queen, or else he probably would have dropped his jump somewhere around here. But as you can see, he's electing to hold on to. He's gonna drop a rage because he knows that he's gonna deal with the CC pretty soon, and Eagle's about to drop. Skellies pop out, poison gets dropped, so nothing's really a factor. Unfortunately, a Queen doesn't stay up the whole attack because it's getting sniped down by this. The healers are getting sniped down by this air defense, but the attack is so solid. So as you can see, he starts dropping his troops right now. And once that funnel's kind of set after these buildings go down, he's gonna wait for the storage, and then once the storage goes down, he's gonna drop his miners. Miners start going ham on this attack, and you can see here, hogs start coming out, and they're probably gonna take out this cannon if it doesn't get taken out by the wizards, and they're gonna fall back into the base. So, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite attacks in game right now. I don't think there's any other more consistent attacks than this if done properly. Just because you bring a siege barrack doesn't mean you're going to get a 3-star, guys. So just make sure you're planning, you're pathing properly. As you can see, uses the Grand Warden ability, pushes those the hogs and the miners through. You know, lays a heal down on top of the Inferno, the multi-Inferno, and then there you go. All troops get healed up. One Wiz Tower, that's the only splash damage left, which gets taken down. And then look at all the troops from the siege that the Wiz and the Peck is still up. So straight through the base. It's very, very well thought out attack. And again, like, these attacks are done very well as long as you have the proper funneling. So let's get into one more attack here at Town Hall 11. So let's get into this fourth attack here by Hold My Beer. On this base, the one thing that I've seen this base pretty common actually, and what you notice about this base is that you have a possibility of having kind of like a straight funnel already for you as long as you path it properly. So what he decides to do is he is going straight for the Town Hall. He wants to take down the Town Hall, and make sure this is kind of his funnel right here. He wants to take out this section right here. So imaginary line, that's where his funnel is going to be, because he wants to send his Queen walk to take out this section right here. That's what the Queen's responsibility is for. So he's gonna drop all his all his drags right into right in between the lines here, and they're gonna path all the way through. So it's perfectly executed. In this today's game, I rarely see mass drag attacks with no bats. So this is kind of like your pure bat attack. This wasn't a fresh hit, so we knew that there were no traps around the Town Hall. So he utilizes, you know, a Wiz and a Baby Drag just to take out the Town Hall. So that's about 14 troop space right there to get really great value and to get that first star to start down the pathing. So Wiz is gonna take out this army camp, and then once this Dark Barrack goes down, the funnel's already kind of set. So drops another baby drag up to start to help with the funnel up there. As you can see right here, what I was talking about, Queen starts taking out all the trash out here, and is gonna start just walking down the base, and his drags are right in between with the Warden. So excuse me, so he sends Warden, sends some loons. He wants to send the loons behind the drags, so the drags are then taking, and then under rage, the loons are going to pass the drags up forward and get down the defenses, so the drags have a better and clearer shot. It was a great use of the Grand Warden ability because he was able to suck up all his troops into that Eternal Tomb ability. So Slammer's still going strong. There's still loons under rage. They throws a freeze over on the eagle to avoid any further damage, unnecessary damage, or should I say unneeded damage. So air defense is about to go down, and there you have it. The E-drag is still up on the outside, clearing out bases. We still have loons, we still have a couple drags, and we still have the warden, who's basically at full health with the queen and her ability. So it was very, very well planned, very well patient attack. He knew the spell placements and the spell management to make this attack successful. So great job, team. I'm super pumped that we're coming together and making it to the playoffs here. So if you like what you saw, drop a comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the next video.